Good morning, to Your Excellency, my dear Judge, the Honorable of Committee of CF 2021, and to my beloved listeners and friends, may God bless us. Ladies and gentlemen, before I deliver my speech, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Akil Galib Benardi. I'm from Senior High School 1 Gemolong, and here we would like to talk about the implementation of death penalty for drug dealers in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, along with the time, the crime of drug trafficking is increasing in Indonesia. BNN stated that in November 2015, the number of users reached 5.9 million, with around 27% of students. Ladies and gentlemen, why are we emphasizing this? It's because drugs are very dangerous for the future of our students. One of them is decrease in physical and psychological performance, which can even lead students addicted, and some illness even lead to death. Unfortunately, some of them could be students or younger people. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what is the maximum penalty for drug dealers in Indonesia? It is the death penalty. In Article 111 until 116, Bill number 35, the year 2009 about drugs, which contain about the death penalty for drug dealers in Indonesia. We apply the death penalty because maybe the dealer can still operate in prison, and to be honest, it does not have a very significant effect on decreasing the number of cases. For example, we can see from 2012 until 2016, there is a surge of cases until 400%. And then in 2017, the death penalty is applied. But we can see that in November in 2017 until 2020, there is no significant effect on decreasing the number of cases, which we only reach 20% of decrease. Ladies and gentlemen, applying death penalty is one of the options for the law enforcement to stop the spread of drugs. But it's not very effective because it costs so much money and time. For one person, it takes 200 billion and 3 months of preparation. We need to put the suspect in very ideal condition. We need to give him good food, and even we need to give him or her personal religious guidance by some ustad, priest, or etc. And the process is so complicated. Even with that much sacrifice, the death penalty is ineffective. In 2017, we need to execute 15 people related to drug dealing. So we need around 3 billion rupiah to do it. Man, we can use the money for anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, if the following idea isn't working, then what is our proportion? How do we stop it? What we need is from family. The main education is family. So imagine this, a student is also part of family, right? How much time does a kid spend on school? Maybe around 8 hours? But the rest of it, they are part of the family. So it is mostly the responsibility for the family to keep the students far from drugs. As parents, we should not embarrassed to talk about our children's circle and their friends. So in cases we cannot contact our children, we can still contact his or her friends. If needed, we can use GPS application on her or his smartphone, vehicle, and etc. GPS, besides being easy to use, the price is also cheap. Ladies and gentlemen, with the surge of drug cases in this country, the government decided to apply the death penalty for drug dealers. Yet, we see no significant effect. So our proportion for these cases is clear. We want students as a family member have got a supervising from their parents. With the death penalty served for drug dealers, it does not stop the spread of drugs and danger caused by it. So that's why we as a student should not isolate ourselves from the society. If we have problem, we isolate the problem itself. We should talk about the problem with our friends, especially with our parents. And that's all for today. Good morning. I'm Muhammad Akil Galib Menardi. Thank you for listening. See you next time.